Coach, can you talk a little bit about, you got 3 returning starters coming back next year, but how does a deep run in the tournament like you have this year mature a team?
Well, I think it helps a lot. I think just with the success we had with the start we got off to, best in school history, and then winning a Big 12 Conference championship in Kansas City, and then having an opportunity to play for a championship with the run we had is very beneficial for next season. We got a lot of those key returners back from a year ago. We've got some very good additions that I think will fit in very well with those guys that we have returning. So I'm confident it'll help us. Now it's about meshing the guys and putting all the new pieces together and finding the best chemistry we can.
You've played in the NBA. DeAndre Kane, I know, would like to continue his career there. What do you see as skills that would be valuable to an NBA team for him?
Well, I think DeAndre and Melvin both have an opportunity. They're both going to be in the Combine in Chicago this week, which is a great opportunity for both those kids. With DeAndre specifically, one, he's got positional size, and you have to have that at that level. 2, he's got the explosiveness and the ball handling ability to help anybody get better. So it's going to be an important couple of weeks for him leading into the draft.
And then when you go through a ride through that tournament like that, just the extra practices you get and the maturation of a team with going into next season, that's got to be helpful just from a coaching standpoint to be able to have that much more time with your guys.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, and especially when you're playing on that stage, and that's, I think, the biggest thing about it is when you get that opportunity to play on the national stage in front of so many people. It helps your program everywhere with not only getting extra time with your guys, but also recruiting. People can see that style of play that's so important to when a kid's making a decision. So all across the board, it's big to get to that level and to play your best at that time of year.
You got this job, you got the contract extension now. When you came into coaching at this type of level, had you done any coaching before, previous to this?
I coached my daughter's 8th grade team once.
But I mean, is there things that you've experienced now? I mean, I know you've been through it as a player, but to be a coach, totally different thing. Is it things that you have your eyes open now that you didn't realize before you got into coaching at this level?
Oh, sure. I mean, you're always learning, and especially I'm still relatively young and new at this level, but. I feel that it's been very natural, and the one thing that I've done, I think, a really good job of is having the right people around me and hiring a very good staff. That can show me the ropes and talk to me a lot about different things that you have to do at a high level when you're coaching Division I basketball. So everything that we've done, I'm going to continue to learn. I watch basketball at all levels and try to get new ideas and add it to what we're already doing.
And then I know Coach Johnny Orr passed away recently. He was a very close mentor to you. When you have guys coming through at this generation of Iowa State, do you think it's something where they can appreciate what Johnny Orr meant to Iowa State basketball, even though they were probably just toddlers when he was doing his thing?
Well, I make sure they know, and that was a very emotional time, for Coach Orr when he passed away. Everybody that ever got the opportunity to meet him, and our players are so fortunate to get to talk to him. That game that he walked out on the floor together with Michigan. So it's something that they, I think, saw firsthand, and they're very blessed to have gotten the opportunity to meet Coach before he passed away. But that was a special night when he and I got to walk out together. To see the old Coach Orr pumping up the crowd, it was a pretty special night.
And then you grew up in Iowa, obviously, so you know the Johnny Orr story. When you got kids coming in from New York or wherever they come from, is it tough to instill in them what Johnny Orr means to Iowa State basketball? Somebody that didn't grow up to it. I know you tell them about it, but is there any replacement for having lived it?
Well, no, obviously not. I mean, much more of a connection, to Coach than the guys that are coming in. But the thing that we show them, we always walk them up to the statue and talk about how Coach Orr created Hilton Magic. And the atmosphere we have today is due to one person, and that's Johnny Orr.
You played in the NBA for several years, and I know we've had. Now, thanks to the Los Angeles Clippers thing, we probably know the names of a couple NBA owners, Mark Cuban, but when you were playing in the NBA, what was a teammate's relationship like with owners? Did you care what the owners did or said, or how does that work when you're an NBA player?
It just depends on the owner. Some owners are very hands-on, and some you never see. I played for different ones. The Simons in Indiana, you saw them at the games, but you didn't have a lot of interaction with them. Mr. Reinsdorf in Chicago, he was a great owner. Again, you'd see him at some games, but he wasn't around really on a day-to-day basis. And then Glenn Taylor in Minnesota was a little more hands-on. You saw him, and I had an opportunity to work in the front office in Minnesota. And obviously, you're much closer to the owner when you have that role.
All right, Coach, thanks.